Wow, that was amazing, Yuki thought to herself while laying in JP's arms after experiencing the best sex she had ever had in her life. They made love for 3 hours straight, all over the hotel room. From the bed to the jacuzzi, back to the bed, in the shower, on the bathroom counter, pretty much touching everything up in the hotel room. At this point, JP knew he was in there. Now was the best time to seal the situation. Go hard or go home, and JP had spent too much dough on a bitch to go home. It was now or never. Hey baby girl, can we rap a taste for a second? Sure daddy, what's on your mind? Yuki responded, still naked in bed looking up at JP. Well, I want to start off by saying that I never met a girl like you in my life. I mean, even though we just met, I feel like I've known you forever. I feel like we click in the way that most couples can only dream of. And here it is, only our first date. I also feel like everything happens for a reason. You know, fate brought us together because nothing just happens by chance. I agree. It's funny you should say that because I was actually thinking the same thing. It's like you in my mind or something. Like, just as I was thinking that, you said it. Well, let's hope this bitch is thinking about choosing up and home because that's where this conversation is going, thought JP as he continued to speak. See, that's what I'm saying, baby girl. I have dreams, but more so than that, I have ambition. And with ambition, you can make dreams come true. And even better if you have the right woman by your side down the ride to the very end. Man, that's just like the perfect Sunday with a cherry on top. I mean, what would Clyde been without Bonnie? Would they have been famous today if they were apart back then? Shit, probably not. But two was always better than one. Put both minds together, you getting shit done. So what you saying, daddy? If you let me finish, I'll tell you. I feel like you contain them same qualities as me, which is far from the square's mind frame and way of thinking. I feel like you had that rare quality to grab life by the nuts and make shit happen. See, I don't believe that everything you see is just black and white. We live in a color, high-definition, complex world, so one must think outside the box and separate ourselves from the rest. The unfortunate part about that is, our planet is made up of mostly squares and haters who push their laws on society with their in-the-box way of thinking like they're God. Then when an intellectual like myself challenges those laws and way of thinking, they want to throw me in jail and say that I'm committing the ultimate sin. See, this is just some of the things that, be on my mind, but really I can get a lot deeper than that. And if I did, we'd be here all day. We live in a society that feels they can dictate how one should live, what you can and can't do within your own home, who you can and can't marry, what a woman can and can't do with her body, what is and isn't going to bring you closer to God. All the while, little preacher man's touching on 10-year-old Johnny while the president is getting his dick sucked in the White House by his secretary. Black people are struggling in the hood with minimal help from our government, the same government that'll lock you up for stealing, but then steal an election. I mean, this is the world we live in, baby girl. So I can't just sit back and play father leader like a fucking puppet. We live in a world where only the strong survive. The rich get richer in the rural world while the poor gets poor and left out for the American dream. This is our reality. Life is what you make it. You can play the game straight as an arrow, but chances is you won't get far, and hitting the bullseye is very slim to none. JP was in the zone. He kept spitting about everything from mankind and how the country is built up on corruption. Don't get it twisted, baby girl. We didn't become the richest and most powerful country in the world by playing the game fair. No, never that. Yuki was stuck on JP's every word. She had never heard anyone talk or view life in the way he did. And it wasn't just talk, it was true. She had always felt the same way about a lot of things that JP spoke about, but JP was taking it to a whole nother level, expanding her mind and way of thinking to a much broader picture. How could she not feel what he was saying? It was true. JP continued talking while she just listened and took it all in. She didn't want him to stop. She wanted to hear more. See, baby girl, people judge you for what they don't understand. They point fingers like they're not human themselves and can do no wrong. But them behind closed doors where they feel no one can see be on some other shit. Like a judge that may rule against same-sex marriage, but be cross-dressing to try on women's clothes at home. Or the cop that arrests you for domestic violence, get off work, go home and beats on his wife because the job has him stressed. I tell you, baby girl, it's a fine line between right and wrong, which is why politicians break the very same laws they create every day. But all this being said, I live by my own rules, and that's, if at the end of the day it makes me happy and I'm not hurting or bringing any harm to anyone else in the process, then it's all good and fuck what society has to say about it. Society is built of mostly haters. People hate you because they ain't you. Hate you for your style. Hate you for your smile. Hate you for your good relationship because theirs is no good and suck. Hate you because you have money and they don't. Just a bunch of hate. But I tell you this about me. You could drop me from a 10-story building and not one hater bone to come out my body. See, I'm a congratulator, not a hater. When I see someone doing good or better than me, it just gives me the motivation to do good and want to do better for myself. Step my game up. And when I look for a woman, I look for one with the same or similar qualities as myself. She gotta be money motivated and goal orientated. Head screwed on tight, knows what she wants out of life. I'm looking for a 10 which is more than her looks, but mind, body, and soul. Romeo and Juliet, willing to die for each other, but at the same time, ain't afraid to set it off for the dough like Queen Latifah. Baby girl, for the first time in my life, I feel like I may have found that woman. Yuki couldn't believe what she was hearing, because she definitely felt the same about JP, and she always felt like she was that woman. She was stuck on JP's every word. She had never met a man like him before. If there was such a thing as love at first sight, then this was it. So what's the next step, Daddy? Because I'm definitely feeling you and everything you're saying. The next step is grabbing a hold of your future. The next step is to get money, to chase that big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Believe me, it's there. Are you down to do whatever it takes to get this money, baby girl? What do you mean, Daddy? Just what I said. Are you willing to do whatever it takes by any means necessary? Yes, Daddy, as long as you got my back and it's right there by my side. Well, baby girl, you ain't never got to worry about that. As long as we're together, I'll always be by your side. So what do you want me to do, Daddy? I'm going to introduce you to the life, the world of pimping and home. 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 The world of pimping and home.